I'm going to use it to draw during the broadcast.
Okay, well, you're going to use it for... You're going to use it, okay. Yeah, he's going to use it, okay. He'll be out. He won't be there after the billboard. Lights down, please. All right, have a good show, everybody. Enjoy.
Let's speed on all cams. I'll double check your speeding, Jim.
Okay, this counts as to lighting. 10 seconds.
Jim, we need speed.
7.
And in 5, 4.
I can't shoot.
Be prepared to be taken on a musical journey, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming to you live from Facebook, from YouTube, from Periscope, from Twitter. This is hashtag Toyota Live. Peace to the free world, man. I'm Fred Merck, and in the spirit of Freedom Day, today we are taking things to another level. Now, this guy we've got in studio, he's an actor, he's a singer, he's a songwriter, he's a man of many talents, man. He used to go by his full name, but he's switching things up a little bit. Fresh from London, where he's been recording his new project. This is Nakani Torre, and his joint is called New Brighton. Let's get it.
modern parlance had turned our world. The guys at Ferguson Street arriving by the hour. You know, to show the power, the manpower. Gunslingers, suckers, drink bringers, rubbed shoulders for a taste of something. Something sour and all the seraphim and all the Brighton sky was of matched with strangled cries and a strange joy in the
Hey, yo, listen. In case you guys didn't know, those were real vocals, man. No shade to any other artist. That man is on the keys. He's on the guitar. He's programming on the computer. That's crazy, man. That's New Brighton by Nakhane. Remember, if you have any questions for our esteemed guests in studio today, make sure you can hit us up on our social pages. We are Toyota SA. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. And of course, if you're on Twitter, that's hashtag Toyota Live. And I just might be nice enough to kick a question to Nakhane because I know social media is going crazy. I'm told social media is going crazy for you right now. Yeah, man. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I'm happy.
The first thing, I just want to get into that joint, New Brighton. I mean, it lifted the spirits in studio. Like, you took us to the angels with those vocals. Tell us a bit about that song. Like, what is it about? What inspired it?
So, I mean, when I finished recording my first album, Bay of Confusion, I started writing music. And I was struggling a lot because, you know, when you're spending a lot of time in the studio writing certain kind of music, you want to move away from that. So I remember it was the 31st of December, I think it was 2013, and I was in Port Elizabeth, and I was in New Brighton, and all my family had left, they'd gone to other families, and I stayed at home writing the song. And initially it was called New Year's in New Brighton, and it was sort of like, it's about all these places in Port Elizabeth which are named after these old white dictators from like old colonial past, like Fort Frederick and all those things, and how these two characters are upset by it. But it's also about like sexual liaisons in clubs in the 31st of December.
Aye, that's very layered. That's very layered. So we spoke a bit about this behind the scenes, but just for the guys who are tuning in now, you were in London recording your latest project.
The second album.
Tell us a bit about that process. What was that like, and how close are you to completing the album? Like,
that was really amazing. I had a great time. I was working with somebody who was not macho in any way, because that was the prerequisite. I was like, I don't want to work with any hyper-masculine guy who's going to be throwing his around. So, so luckily he wasn't that person. And we just gelled, man, spiritually, musically, and just in other ways. We became friends. We sent each other messages now saying, I love you, man, things like that. And, you know, he took my music, songs I'd written here in South Africa, and he took them to another level, you know, to a more spontaneous and gritty space where I wanted to go anyway.
And the project now, is there a name, is there a date, is there?
I can't tell you the name of the title.
Cool, that's cool.
But it's getting mixed right now. I actually just got a mix for what will be the first single, which I also can't tell you about. But it's coming very, very soon, in a few months.
All right, cool. Before we get on to the next question, John from Facebook, he gave a shout out to New Brighton. He's feeling your joint right now. So shout out to John for watching us, man. I hope all you guys are watching us. And then finally, you're a songwriter, you're a singer, obviously, you're an author, you're an actor. Like, what can we expect from Nakhane in the near future, outside of the music, of course?
Outside of the music? Well, I've got a short story coming out in a Kenyan literary journal in the next month or so. It's called The Pier. It's called Jalada Literary Journal. So look up for that. And then I'll start writing another novel, which will come out in a few years. That takes a long time.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I don't
I
want to
can
promise. I don't want to promise any dates to
Yeah.
anyone. But I'm focusing on my album right now.
All right, cool, man. Now, you know, Nakani's got a lot going on, man. So if you guys want to keep up with what he's going on, make sure you follow him on social media. Now, you guys know that this is hashtag Toyota Life, so it's not just about the big-time artists who can go to London and record their albums in London. It's also about the artists who they care about and who they think is going to take over the game in 2017, you know, giving that cosign to the guys who are coming up. And on that note, I'm going to throw the question back to you, Nakani, and say, yo, if you have $1 million and you have to bet that $1 million on one artist who you believe in and who you think is going to take over in 2017, who are you putting that money on?
I think without a doubt, Psyche.
Okay.
She's an incredible musician. She's a great singer. She's
Yeah.
a great songwriter.
Yeah.
And just a really beautiful person as well.
All right, look, you don't have to take Msaki's, you don't have to take Nakani's word for it, because Msaki's here in studio and
And she's a summer nominee.
And she's a summer nominee, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But Msaki, please join us on stage. She's about to show us what she's got going on. You can pick up your instruments. We're going to get straight into the music. Welcome to hashtag Toyota Live. Of course, you guys heard it from Nakani himself. He's a talented dude. So if he's giving his cosign to somebody, it must be worth something. But without further ado, we're going into this joint by Msaki, and it's called Blood, Guns, and Revolution. Let's get it.
Woo!
Contradictions fill the skies. But to belly, they vow. Big-bellied politicians mutter about how you'll be remembered. Street names echo your fame. Misused freedom songs, your name. Your blood trickles down broken drains, sometimes in vain. You see the kush of our youth was blood, guns, and revolutions. This in the air now. Tear gas in your hearts. You see the kush of your youth was blood, guns, and revolutions. Bullets in the air now. Tear gas in your hearts. Oh yeah, mama. Yeah, we mama. Balega your mama. Balega mama. Oh, balega mama. Balega mama. You died with nothing still, although museums are filled with stories of your ill-rewarded heroic deeds. The gaze of the martyrs falls heavy on our wills, thick in the throat of youthful self-inflicted guilt. You see the kush of your youth was blood, guns, and revolutions. Fists in the air now. Tear gas in your hearts. You see the kush of your youth was blood, guns, and revolutions. Fists in the air now. Tear gas in your hearts. Oh yeah, mama. Balega mama. Oh, balega mama. Balega mama. Nazi melo yelo. Balega mama. Balega mama. Balega mama. You raised your calloused hands for a share in your own land. Your blood flooded the foothill onto wealthy hands. The gaze of the sons and daughters falls heavy with bloody questions, thick in the lies of allies bound by miners' blood. You see the kush of our youth, still blood, guns, and revolutions. Fists in the air now, bullets in our hearts. You see the kush of our youth, still blood, guns, and revolutions. Bullets in the air now, questions in our hearts. See the kush of our youth, still blood, guns, and revolutions. baleka baba, oh baleka baba, baleka baba, baleka baba. Since you chigale maweni siya, chigale maweni siya, chigale maweni siya, chigale maweni siya, siamba, siamba. Siamba, siamba.
Oof. Yo, look, I'm gonna keep it 100, man. I've seen a whole lot of performances in the studio and just in general, and I really want to have a moment of silence for that performance, but I gotta keep the show going, man. That was Blood, Guns, and Revolutions by Msaki. Amazing song.
Thank you
Like
so
that, yeah, that gave me goosebumps. And before we get into it, actually, Brogan from Facebook just shouted you out. He's over there watching this, and he's like, he loves the song. She loves the song, and it's crazy. So shout out to Brogan watching us all the way, wherever you at on Facebook. Yo, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's
Thank
a
you for
pleasure.
joining
Thank
us.
you
Yeah,
for
so we need to get into the song, especially because of how fitting it is, considering it's Freedom Day today. You mentioned it's Guns and Revolution, it's Blood and Revolution. You mentioned Tear Gas. What was the inspiration for the song? Where were you at mentally when you penned this?
Well, I was stuck actually in a space where I couldn't get over miners being shot and no one being held
Yeah.
accountable. So it's just it's sparked a lot of issues like about trauma and about the things that we go through as a community and as a nation.
Yeah.
And the fact that like sometimes it makes sense to make a little musical monument and say that thing was not okay, but it happened, you know? So I mean, just thinking about Freedom Day, it's still a question like freedom for who?
Exactly. Wow, wow. So you are officially a summer nominee. Your first time nominee, am I right?
Yeah, it's my first.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about it? How are you feeling about your chances, or just like in general?
Well, I think our chances are good.
Yeah.
I've gotten. Our project's not perfect, but it's so real. We all recorded in a big room. I recorded with people that I'd been playing with. Just an amazing band that I call the Golden Circle. That are friends and brothers. So it's got that, like it's caught
Yeah.
it's caught that in the atmosphere, and I think that makes it special.
Yeah.
I think it makes it different to some of the other albums there that could just be studio albums.
For sure.
We're up against some really incredible names like Brahu, Mango
Wow.
Groove, Elvis
Wow.
Blue. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm keen.
Really, really dope. Now, yo, I wish we were making this up, but literally, like Facebook and Twitter is going crazy right now. Sigelele on Facebook says he loves you guys both, and that song almost made him or her cry. I'm sorry, Sigelele. I don't know what gender you are, but shout out for watching. And finally, the music. What music do you have out right now? What do we expect? Obviously, you've been nominated for the music that you've already put out. What can people expect from Msaki?
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to move around specifically in South Africa, the SADC region, and just Africa and large, moving around, sharing the sound of Zaneliza, which is this project that's
Yeah.
been nominated. Just want to play live. I'm a performance artist, so it's all about engaging with people in that live space.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we'll be at Bushfire thanks to Concerts SA. And yeah, that's pretty much, just gigs and playing. Just want to
Cool.
play. Yeah.
Like on that note of the music, I'm gonna invite Nakane. You can come back up on stage, and you guys can get prepared for the next performance. I'm gonna move this right here. This is hashtag Toyota Live, man. We all about the music, so we're gonna get straight into it. You saw Nakane did his thing earlier, and Msaki just gave us goosebumps, all of us here in studio, with what she did. And this is the moment that a lot of you guys have been anticipating, watching us online over there. This is a collaboration. It's never been performed before anywhere, and they've never performed this together anywhere. So, this is hashtag Toyota Live. We got that exclusive for you guys. This joint is called Chasing Suns. Let's go.
This is Chasing Suns by Msaki. One, two, three, four.
dead queens and presidents haunt me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Stay on the grid and toe the line, don't make a fuss. We'll treat you really funny if you're not like the rest of us. Blue collar dreams of bondage keeps the beast alive. White collar bonds of privilege keep us in a shock and jive. Chasing suns, like Solomon said. Chasing paper in the wind till we dead. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, 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 ooh. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, 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 ah.
This could really get to my head. Could really get to my head.
This could really get to my head. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, 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 ah. Chasing suns, like Solomon said. Chasing paper in the wind till we dead. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, 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 ah. Emotional espionage. So who's to blame? Blame, 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 blame. What's the point? Too busy living large.
Too busy living large.
You need the name to keep the dame and the fame. But if I rearrange those desires, unbind my soul,
Unbind my soul.
put the paper in the fire,
In the fire, in the fire.
relinquish control, then I won't be chasing suns, like Solomon said. Chasing paper in the wind till we dead. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, 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 ah. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, 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 ah.
This could really get to my head. Could really get to my head.
This could really get to my head. Oh, 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 oh.
This
Could
could
really get to my head. Oh, 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 oh.
Hey, yo, listen, take a minute, a second to let this sink in. They have never performed that song together before. And it came out that way. Yo, that was Chasing Suns by Saki and supported by Nakane, man. Amazing joint. I don't know why I keep saying this, but you guys should already know by now. This is hashtag Say It Live. We bring you the best in live and local music talent, man, right here every Thursday. You guys should already know what it is by now. Listen now. Next week, we have a dude who believes he is everybody's favorite rapper. But yo, who are we to argue? If you want to confirm or deny that, make sure that you come back here on Thursday at 2:30. On that note, thank you guys so much for coming through and gracing us with your presence, with your beautiful music. This is hashtag Toyota Live. Shout out to the internet. Shout out to everybody in the crew. It's Freedom Day, so shout out to you if you're watching this, man. My name is Fred Merck, and shout out to the internet. We out. Peace.